You must be thinking, who would want to sleep by the graveyard? Hear me out. My grandpa used to tell me a lot of scary stories, but sleeping by the graveyard was one of the few that stood out to me because, like yourself, I thought, why would anyone do this? There is a saying that goes, there is a reason why villages are abandoned. When people die, sometimes they die with rage, resentment, or regret, so they come back as a vengeful spirit and haunts the village or people who had done them wrong. For that reason, people were forced to leave their villages because of paranormal activity that kept happening. In some stories, spirit comes back in a form of being in all four and being able to jump on top of roofs and make sounds humans have never ever heard of before. This takes place in Southeast Asia, where villages are formed deep within the jungle to maintain a community for reassurance. One day, my friend and I decided that we were going to go hunting. We started our day early and left before sunrise. Before we knew it, the sun was setting and we realized we traveled further than we expected to. It was getting dark to see, so we had no choice but to find a place to rest for the night. We stumbled across a very small village, and my friend was full of joy and feeling grateful that we have shelter to sleep for the night. However, upon closer viewing, we noticed the village was abandoned. At that very moment, I felt tingling feelings crawling up my spine. My hair stood up on my skin. I had just had a feeling that something was not right. My friend, on the other hand, was really hyped, thinking that because it was abandoned, it was now even easier to rest there. He started exploring the small village with what little sunlight we have left. I warned him that we should not stay here, and instead, we should go sleep by the graveyard that we passed nearby. He thought I was crazy for saying such a thing, and questioned why would I suggest such a thing. I told him I remember a story from what my grandpa told me, to never sleep in an abandoned village. It is abandoned for a reason. He warned me that there was no way he was going to sleep where dead people sleep. He said I can sleep there by myself, but he is not going to go there with me. I took a moment and looked around all the villages one last time and said, yeah, there's no way that I'm going to sleep here. So instead, I gathered my stuff and left to the graveyard site that was near the village. I was careful not to sleep on top of any tomb. I said a quick prayer to the guardian spirits of this area. I do not mean any harm, and I respectfully ask for your protection. I went hunting and traveled further than what I expected, so please allow me to rest here tonight. I was exhausted from hunting all day, and before I knew it, I quickly fell asleep. That night, I dreamt that I was in a house and was awakened due to a mini campfire that was lit by an older man. He noticed I was awake, so he offered me some food and water for my stay. I was confused but happily accepted. I asked him who he was, and he replied, I'm the owner of this place. He asked me, how was my hunt? Any luck? I quickly learned that he too was a hunter and favored boar meat. We exchanged a few words and laughed. Soon, some other men came to the old man's house and knocked on the old man's door and asked if he was interested in going hunting because they spotted a boar not too far away from their villages. The old man replied, not today, I have guests, but would be grateful if they would split a leg with him. The other man with excitement said, no problem, and left. Me and the old man continued our conversation and had some more good laughs. Before I knew it, it was morning, and I thought, what a weird dream. Well, now that it was morning, it was time to go home, so I packed my things and went to the village to find my friend. When I got there, he was nowhere to be found. I checked houses to houses and thought maybe he already left without me. After a couple minutes of searching, I came to the conclusion that maybe he already left. So I started walking home by myself. When I got back to our village, my friend's parents asked, where's my friend? And did he not go hunting with me? I looked confused because I thought he would be here before me. I thought really hard and realized he may still be in the abandoned village. Oh my god. Probably looking for me as I left without leaving any signal that I was coming back to the village. I told his parent what had happened and they left with a group of friends to go to the abandoned village with my mapped direction. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking, what could have happened? The next morning, my friend's parent came back with his body in pieces, like almost half eaten. I was shocked and asked what happened. They said they don't know, but they found his body all over the place. One of his legs was left by the graveyard, while the others were scattered all over the village. I quickly remembered the dream that I had, and I did not have the heart to tell them about my dream. I never went hunting again. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like for this video. It really helps out the channel. See y'all in my next video.